Daytime glowy look, festive makeup look, Durga Puja look, Karwa Chauth makeup look, Dashera makeup look, Diwali makeup look, Christmas and Happy Thanksgiving makeup looks, holidays makeup look. फर्क क्या है? Well, honestly speaking, there's not really much of a difference. Regular makeup, festive makeup, glam makeup, evening makeup technique more or less remains the same. Like what I have here right now on my face is my version of a festive makeup look, but as I go on and show you guys how I do this entire makeup look, you guys will see that apart from a few tweaks here and there, the process, the technique remains the same, and only difference also might come in the time taken. The regular makeup takes obviously more time, but this is going to be a little bit more like stepwise process of doing it. So if you guys want to see how I do this makeup look that you can wear at weddings, you can wear it for any festive occasions, anything that's desi, pre-wedding functions, you name it, this is the one that you can do. And if you want to know how I do it, then let's get started. So with the magic of editing, I'm back here with my bare skin and I'm going to do the entire full face of makeup, and I'm going to ditch the dupatta while I do the whole shebang of applying everything that I have to. So first things first, what do you do when it comes to prepping up your skin? I don't know, like a good moisturizer. So yeah, while that works on a regular basis, for something that's a little more formal, and if you have to say go out for a dinner or a festive occasion or a wedding party or whatsoever, you want a little bit more prepping to the skin, because when the skin looks better, the makeup just sits well and it even lasts longer. So for prepping my skin, what I'm going to use is a combination of a few products. First thing that I'm going to do is apply a primer. Now there's not really much of a difference, when it comes to a primer and a moisturizer. They just go by the name primer because it kind of like technically just primes your skin, but you can use a regular moisturizer. I'm using this one by Colorbar. It's the Water Bomb Magic Water Bomb primer. It's a new one that's come out from Colorbar, very nice. And in this, what I'm going to use is a few drops of this Becca Illuminator. Becca has recently launched on Nykaa. You guys can check out the whole range. I'm going to just make a glowy concoction, and which is a complete like choice. If you don't want to add it, you don't. I'm going to mix these two and apply it on my skin. I have my mirror over here, so it's going to just help me look better into whatever I'm applying. One very important thing to remember, while you can start applying your makeup, doing your primer, whatever I'm going to show you in this process on the video. If it's a daytime function, I will recommend that you do use a sunscreen before you start applying these products, because the sun is still very harsh, and like I say, and I'm always an advocate for sunscreens. Around the year, if it's a daytime function, a daytime wedding, a lunch or whatsoever, do make sure that you have your sunscreen on, and then you go with these products. With this, I'm going to basically additionally add a little bit of this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, which is basically a pore filling primer. Why a pore filling primer? Because you want to look very blurred out in pictures if you do take selfies, or if you do have pictures taken from professional photographers at these venues. Applying a little bit of this kind of a primer is going to fill in your pores. So if you do have those areas on your skin where you can see the pores, or you have some unevenness, that's going to look very blurred out. So I'm just going to add that in my T-zone, because this is basically the area that I struggle with. And that is all for prepping up my skin. Now before I jump into foundation, do you use color corrector on a regular basis? No color correcting, direct concealer. Yeah, I know color corrector is something that I myself also skip a lot of times on a regular basis, because it's not something that's essential and you are okay with just applying your concealer on its own. But if you have something formal, and if you have something more glam or something more like special to attend, you don't want to go in with your concealer or foundation directly, because you do want to just color correct any dark areas. So for that, I'm going to use my basic K by Katrina orange crayon. You can use any color corrector that is orange or whatever color that works for your skin tone. and I'm going to just apply that on the under eye area and a little bit around my face, near my mouth. And this I'm going to blend out with my fingers. So color correcting done. Now coming to foundation. What foundation do you use? Maybelline Fit Me. I really like that. Yeah, so that's a good foundation, say on the day to day. But if you want to wear a good foundation that's going to last longer, that's going to make your makeup stay on your face, you need something that's definitely going to claim, or at least has the claims that it's a 24-hour foundation. And you guys know I keep talking about this foundation all the time. This is from NYX, the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. It is a 24-hour long foundation. I haven't obviously worn it for 24 hours, but for the longest time that I have worn it, it is definitely very, very nice. And the pump is always, we're going to edit this part out. The winters की वजह से stuck हो गया है. So I'm going to take like a couple of pumps of this, which is like around fine for my face and my neck. And this is a complete optional step. I'm going to mix my L'Oreal True Match foundation. And mixing foundation is something that I do a lot of times when I am getting ready for special days, because it kind of gives you the best of the both worlds. You have a matte foundation and you want a little bit of that glowy, dewy base, but it's optional. If you guys don't want to do that, you can absolutely skip it. I'm just going to add one pump of the L'Oreal True Match, mix it on my hand and apply it on my face. And I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. Okay, so foundation done. Moving on to concealing. What do you use for concealer on a regular basis? I think the L'Oreal True Match. I really like that. Yeah, that's a very nice concealer. Actually, one of my favorite concealers that I can wear on the daily. But as it's a long wearing makeup look that we're trying to do, I am going to select any long wearing concealer. You can use multiple options that are out there on the market, and I'm also going to list down a lot of options in the description box. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use one of my favorites, the NARS Longwear Radiant Concealer, and this is in the shade Ginger, and I'm basically applying it under my under eye area, but I'm not taking it too far off because I'm not really into that highlighted look, but that's a complete choice and option in terms of the technique that you want to apply it. But for me, this is the amount that works. I'm going to take it on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and a little bit on the chin. Now the difference in this versus on a regular makeup look that I can just suggest is that the amount of concealer, it will be a lot less than this that I'm applying, which is like full on under my eyes and also on my T-zone area. On a regular basis, you don't need so much. And also you don't need a very, very bright and a very, very light color for your under eyes, because it doesn't really matter how highlighted you look on the daily. But yeah, for pictures, for more special days, you want to look like you have like really like the right light hitting the right areas and making your face look bright at the areas that it should look bright. So that is why makeup artists and a lot of brides, they go for a proper highlighted look while doing, you know, makeup for the special days. So I'm going to blend this out also using my beauty blender. I also have a lot of under eye creasing, so for me, I have to kind of even watch out the amount of concealer that I use. So if you do have creases under your eyes, just make sure that you don't go in with a lot of concealer in the first place, because it's going to settle in even more. So that is the concealer done. Now that we have got all the makeup base in place, the next step is to set it. Now, what do you do when you want to set your makeup? I use my trusty Fit Me compact powder. Yeah, so you can use compact powders like Fit Me, or you can use the MAC compact, or like multiple options that a lot of brands have out there. But if you want to set your face for a makeup look that I'm doing like right now, it's best to use a translucent powder, and I'm using the cult favorite Laura Mercier, which is not focusing. Let me just close the lid. Okay, yeah, there we go. Laura Mercier translucent powder, but there are lots of options. There's the Huda translucent powder, there's from Maybelline. You can use any of your choice that matches your skin tone. Translucent powder just basically looks a lot more invisible on your face and with all your foundation and concealer on, and which is why even if you do like 2 layers of foundation, if you do want to do even heavy makeup, it just sits much better and it looks a lot lighter on the skin. Compact or powder foundations in general can look very heavy for a lot of people, and for me, I don't like my makeup to look like makeup even if I'm doing on special days. So I like translucent powders for such days. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it on my damp beauty sponge. You can use a brush, but this is one technique that really works. I've shared this before in my previous videos as well. I'm going to take the powder and I'm just going to apply it directly on the areas where I've concealed and even apply my foundation. This is just going to not make it look extra dry because my skin is dry and I don't want the powder to dry up my skin even further. Okay, that is setting the makeup in place done. So eye makeup on the daily, nah, yeah, not really a thing. I mean, maximum is a kajal or a mascara, but you want a little bit something on the eyes when you're getting ready like this. And the best way that you can first prep up and prime your skin is using any long wearing concealer. I'm using this one from NARS that I just used. This is basically going to work as a very good primer to set the under eye area and the area above your eyes, the lid area, where if you apply any eyeshadow or color or any pigment, it's going to last longer. So I'm going to take a little bit like so on my eyelids and I'm going to blend this out with my beauty blender. Okay, while I've applied the concealer and blended it out, you have to set this also because the concealer can crease, it can start forming lines over your eyes. So I'm going to take same process, taking a little bit of loose powder and tapping it on my under eye area, sorry, on my lid area. So this is my eyelids like all ready for color. Now I know there are lots of eye looks, but what I'm going to do and what I'm going to suggest is very quick, very beginner friendly, and I think something that you can whip up and do on your eyes anytime. So the first thing that you need to do is, of course, go in with your basic kajal, any kajal on your waterline. I'm using this one from Milani and I'm just going to line my waterline like a regular kajal. I'm not doing anything extra. And we'll come to the waterline later on. For the lid area, what you want to do is just grab any cream stick crayon or any cream eyeshadow, because I always keep saying cream eyeshadows are very easy to work with versus powder eyeshadows because you need to really know the blending game and all of that. And personally, I'm not really an expert when it comes to eyeshadows myself, and I do know like a little bit, but cream eyeshadows work really well. So I'm using this one from the brand K by Katrina. This is in the shade Fortune. It's a very nice coppery like silverish color, if you guys can see, and this kind of a shade is something that can go with multiple outfits, any color that you're wearing, mustard, purple, yellow, copper, golden, bronze. These colors basically go with everything. So with the crayon directly, I'm going to go in on the lid area and just swipe it across like this. It doesn't have to be neat because we're going to blend this out anyways. And I'm just going to grab a blending brush, and you want to do one eye at a time because they dry out very quickly. And just apply it all over your lid areas like so. You don't want to take it up too high, if you guys can see, not above your crease, just on the area which marks the start of your crease. You just want to apply it and blend out the edges so that it just looks soft and not harsh. Now you can leave it as is and you can go in with a liner, mascara, and it looks nice, but I'm going to show you something extra. Just grab any liquid eyeshadow. This one is from Wet n Wild. It is the liquid catsuit eyeshadows in the shade Cashmere Love. I've talked about this before as well, and I'm also going to list down options. This is in a very silvery shade which goes with my outfit. So any cream eyeshadow that you've applied, if you want a little bit of that kick, like that really bang on the eyes, just go in with a liquid eyeshadow like this and just apply it in the center area of your lid. So you don't want to take it too much in the inside, you want to take it too much on the outside, but just on the center area. Because when you then stand for pictures and when you get your photos clicked, this area is going to pop. And you also don't want to close the lid before it dries up. So I'm just going to blend that out and let it dry. And there we go. So I'm going to do this on the other eye and I'm going to get back. So I'm back with my other eye done, and tell me if this does not look festive enough to you, what does? Now just to finish off my eyes, I'm going to just coat my lashes with tons and tons of mascara using the 3 tips that I shared recently. Using the 3 tips that I shared recently in one of my previous videos. I'm going to link that video on the screen. If you are someone like me who does not like wearing falsies or doesn't really know how well to wear falsies on their own, this tip is just going to work the best. Stretch out your lash line like this and swipe not the wand but your lashes on the wand, like so. This basically just allows the product to go in between each of the lash, so which is why you get more voluminous and like more long lashes than what you can just achieve by just dragging and wriggling the mascara wand on your lashes as everyone does. And look at the difference. I mean, this is just one single layer of mascara, no mascara, but who needs lashes? I mean, that's the second layer done, and I'm pretty happy with the result. I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Everyone wondering for which mascara that I'm using, I'm going to list down 2 of my best options that I'm loving right now. One is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and this one is by Chambord, the Volumize mascara. I have also talked about this mascara before. Really nice. So that's the eye makeup done. For the lower lash line, I'm just going to come at it at the end. What do you do for blush, bronzer? Do you even bronze? Only blush. Any blush, pink color, coral color, no bronzing. Blush is okay. I was guessing so. A lot of us, and especially even like someone like me, I love makeup. But when you are doing makeup on the regular basis, I think blush just works fine. You don't really want to apply bronzer and even contour and all of that. But as we are getting ready for our special day, we are going to do a little bit of contouring. We're also going to apply a little bit of bronzer. I have talked about the difference between bronzing and contouring before as well in one of my videos, and I'm just going to like run you guys through. Contouring is just applying a kind of, you can say, a cool tone brown or a gray color, brown color that you can apply for someone like my skin tone on the areas where you can feel the bone and you can see the hollows, like the shadows. So that's where the contouring product goes. I'm using this one from Hoola, and I'm just gonna apply it on the hollows of my cheek, because that's just going to frame my face very well, because after applying foundation and concealer and all of that, your face looks flat. So that's what contouring does. You apply it to the areas where you just basically want to sharpen and chisel up your face a little bit. So my jawline, but mostly under your cheekbone area is where the contour goes. And you never want to drag this down, because then your face will start looking dark. You always want to drag it upwards while applying it. Okay, so that's contouring done. For bronzer, you want to use any color which is not very cool tone but more warm, especially if you are in the Indian skin tone range and like dusky like me. You want to use a color which can look something like this. This is from the MAC Aladdin collection in the shade Into Eternity. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but that's okay, because in bronzers it's fine if you have a little bit of that shimmer particles. And you want to take a little bit of the product because you don't want to look very muddy or orange. And these colors are usually going to be a little more plummy or orange, like a second tone level color than the usual brown. So I'm going to take a little bit on this angular brush. And bronzers basically goes around the perimeters of your face, so not in the hollows and the areas that have shadows, but just the perimeters of the face, because it looks like the sun has hit your skin and you have that sun-kissed glow. So I'm going to take a little bit on my nose, around my nose, on my cupid's bow, and mostly around my temples, and a little bit above my cheekbones. And that's contouring and bronzing done. We are almost coming to the end, coming to the blush part. You want to use any color which is, I would say, like has a little bit of that warm earthy tone. This is coming very brown and very warm, like on the orange side on the camera, but actually this is a very wine plummy shade color. It's by Wet n Wild and it's by the name Mellow Wine. I really like this blush a lot. I'm also going to list down a few options that you can use, but if you are in my complexion zone, you want to go for a blush for any formal get-togethers, just remember to go for a little bit of those berry or little bit of those wine tones, because when you are dancing in those dark lights and if you have pictures clicked, your cheeks look very flushed. So these color tones really work for our skin tone. I'm going to take a little bit, smile like you would apply when you're applying your blush, and take it all above your cheekbone area. Are we looking flushed enough? And that's the blush done. Highlighter for the daily. What do you like? I don't know. Master Chrome from Maybelline. Even the pack highlighters are nice. Yeah, that's actually a nice highlighter that you can apply on the daily. But for such days, I like this one from Milani. This is the Stellar Lights Milani like collection in the different shades of highlighters that they have. And this is a very, very loved palette. So I've already broken this. But this is one of my most used highlighters. It has 3 different colors, but I basically like do a mix of all the 3. Tap off the excess and apply it to the high points of my face. Highlighter is definitely must if you're going out for dinners, parties, especially evenings, and if you have pictures to get clicked, because it just gives a very nice luminous like glow to all the high points of your face, and you look very, very like lit from within. A little bit on the tip of my nose. You don't want to apply it a lot and look like Tin Man, but yeah, a little bit. Looks nice in pictures. On the bridge of my nose, on the top parts of your cheek. And you can use such like this kind of a fan brush. This one is from Folklore. Any fluffy brush which has a little bit of a pointed toe will work best to apply your highlighter. That's the highlighter done. I was almost forgetting because I'm not a brow person. What do you do for brows? Zilch. Nothing. Not bothered. I knew it. Brows are really not a concern for a lot of people who are not really into doing brows, because I think that's a different process. I'm also not a brow person, so I was almost forgetting to do it. But for special days, what I do, I'm using my regular, my one and only L'Oreal Brow Styler Brow Artist in the shade dark brown, and I have nothing like on my eyebrows right now. I've just combed them with this spoolie brush. I'm going to go in with a little bit of product like I always do, and this is something that's completely optional if you have brows that you want to do, you don't want to do. Like this is the most basic that you can do, like just fill up any sparse areas if you're not getting threading done and all of that. And after that, the only thing differently that I do is use a brow gel, because this basically is going to set the brows in place. I'm using this one from Benefit. It's the 24-hour brow setter. That's the only like different technique that I can suggest to you, that if you want your brows to look like they are not moving and the brow hairs are not really going here and there are lots and lots of DIYs, tricks using soap. Soap brows is also a thing that's very trending right now, but just use any like brow gel and comb these hairs, because it just looks like very nice in pictures and it just frames your face. So that's all that I'm going to do for my brows. And finally, come to the lips. What do you do for lips on a regular basis? I'm guessing it's a lip balm, or not maybe even that. Lip balm or like some gloss, something like I have right now. That works. So nude colors, lip balms, you know, lip primers, a lot of these things work. Not applying anything also on the lip works. But if it's something festive, you want to go for a nice color, especially if your dress or your outfit is like a little bit of this muted pastel color that you're wearing, you can go for even like nice bright bold lips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a neutral lip liner, because this lipstick that I have is a little bit pinky in tone and I don't want to wear a lot of pink. I'm just going to line my lips. Any neutral lip liner works. And I'm going to use a very nice long lasting matte lipstick. You want to use any lipstick that's going to be long lasting on your lips, depending on how you are with your lip habits. Do you bite and smack your lips? Do you have chapped lips? Do you have dry lips? I have a very bad habit of biting my lips all day long and even smacking them, so I have to use something that's very long wearing. You can use a liquid lipstick, you can use a regular lipstick, but just keep it handy if you want to go for reapplication. I'm using this one from Just Herbs. It's their Ayurvedic range of lipsticks, and I'm going to do a separate video on this also. But these lipsticks are so nice, so complimentary to dusky complexions like mine. And I'm using this in the shade Margie 08. It's a rose brown color, and it's a matte lipstick, but it's very long lasting. How nice is this color? And that's it for the lips. And I'm going to just finish off wearing a couple of jhumkas, which obviously is something that you're not going to wear on the daily, and maybe just go in with your pair of studs. But I'm just going to wear some silver jhumkas that go with my outfit. I forgot the bindi. 1 second. So that's my version of regular makeup versus festive, glam, wedding guest, wedding makeup. Do you really think there's a difference? Kind of. Not really, right? I mean, you can obviously switch up the products. You can go in with a few additional products in between, but overall the technique and the process remains the same. And it's just about the color that you want to add on your eyes. You want to go for any copper eyes, yellow eyes, blue eyes, silver eyes. It's your choice. But yeah, do carry a settings mist with you in your bag if you have like a mini one, or just spray your whatever setting spray that you have to make it even more long lasting. You can definitely get ready by your own, especially during this time of COVID. If you are having smaller functions or get-togethers to attend and you don't want to get your makeup done by a makeup artist, I am surely not letting anyone touch my face or even come close. Trust me, you can just do your makeup by watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you leave me any comments, suggestions, anything that you want me to add in my videos or film on my channel. Let me know. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more videos from me and What Makeup, and also hit the notifications bell, because I'm doing a video every Monday and you don't want to miss that. I'm going to see you guys next week. Have a great week ahead. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.